So, you've moved out of the mountains, you're down into a warmer climate, and it's time to head to the river. After a couple of days in Salt Lake City to kind of regroup, we'll be driving in either vans or some sort of group transportation down to a place called Sand Wash, which is south of Salt Lake City a bit, and you'll be meeting the river guides there who will be helping us get down the Green River. The nice thing about the river section is pretty much all your gear goes in a big dry bag, and you don't really have to worry about it too much. You get it unpacked at night, you set up camp, you pack it all back up in the morning, and it floats down in the boat with you. So there's really not that much to carry. In terms of stuff to bring, you really can bring a lot of the same stuff that you brought on the Alpine section with just a couple of additions and a whole lot of subtractions. Because we'll be going directly from, or at least most years, we go directly from the river to Canyonlands, you still got to bring your backpack. And what happens in past years is that the river company takes it on down to Moab for us and will meet us at the other end of the river where we get out. So you don't really have to worry about your backpack, but you can stuff some things in there that you'll take on the Canyonlands section so that you just have your stuff for the river that goes in your dry bag. And for this section of the trip, you can send your backpack and your trekking poles if you want those for the Canyonlands hike. You can pack that all in your bag and send it to Moab. And then you can take the rest of this stuff with you for the river section. Just like in the Alpine section, you still need your kind of general camping gear. You still need something to sleep on, so you need your insulated ground pad. You still need your sleeping bag. But a lot of the times we would just sleep on a tarp out with an open sky because we didn't really have any trouble with bugs and the weather was warm. You may not be blessed with that. It has snowed on the river section in the past. It has rained on the river section in the past. So tents will be available. Nothing to worry about there. But you still need your general sleeping stuff. The river guides pretty much make all of the meals. They might let you help if you pester them a lot, but otherwise they're pretty much going to do everything for you. Really all you still need your mug, and you need your bowl and your spoon to fill up. Other gear, you still need your first aid kit with your 10 essentials, your pocket knife, and any of your personal medications. Obviously we'll still have the group med kit available to supplement anything else you need. Still need your headlamp. And then in terms of clothes and what you're going to wear on your feet, I brought a pair of sandals, a pair of waterproof sandals like a pair of Chacos, and then I had a pair of running shoes or hiking shoes. And these could potentially go on and be your hiking gear for the Canyonlands section as well. In case it's cold, you still got to be prepared. So I would bring a couple of base layers, just some polypro long underwear, maybe a pair of lightweight gloves. And then on top, this is a pair of convertible pants that works pretty well. You definitely need some long pants of some sort. And depending upon what the weather's looking like, you may actually want to bring like some lightweight Gore-Tex pants or something if we're going to get rained on a bunch. These are nice because you can just zip the bottoms off, but something else could work just as well. Bathing suit is nice to have. If the weather's nice, you're going to get wet. You're going to get wet regardless. But if it's really nice, we'll be swimming in the river a pretty good bit through the course of the day. Nights can still get pretty chilly, so it's nice to have your sort of insulating layer. So that same fleece jacket or whatever that you brought for the Alpine section could double for that. And then you still need some sort of shell over the top. Wind, waterproof layer to shed any elements that happen to come down on us. And then a bigger part of the desert and river section is you need more sun protection. I'd still bring a warm hat to have at night. Sunglasses are key for this section. And then whatever your head protection of choice is, either a baseball type hat, or you can buy a fine cowboy style hat like this. It is available at pretty much every gas station you'll stop in Utah. And that's pretty much it. This section of the course is much more laid back than the Alpine section. It's a nice break, and you get fed very well and taken good care of by the guides. And then the next section you move on to is Canyonlands. Alright, after your restful vacation on the river, we now move into Canyonlands. And after a brief 2-day stop in Moab, one of which will be a free day to either go mountain biking, hiking, kind of do whatever you want. You can just hang out in Moab if you're feeling tired. We'll be heading down by group transportation again to Canyonlands for a few days of hiking. And Canyonlands is a very dry environment. And the biggest thing here is that we've got to keep ourselves really well hydrated, and we've got to have a lot of water carrying capacity, as I mentioned earlier. First and foremost, everybody's going to be able to carry several liters of water. And you'll probably need your big backpack. If you feel like bringing something smaller, not day pack size, but kind of medium size, that could probably get by. But it's still got to have capacity to bring a lot of water. So you're still going to be carrying a pretty significant load here. And as you can see on the table, pretty much all the stuff that was on the river is on the desert too. Again, it's most likely going to be hot, but it gets pretty chilly at night. And there is definitely the possibility that it could be cold. I mean, we could have snow. Rain is probably less likely, but definitely a possibility in the spring. So that being said, backpack, pretty good capacity so you can carry your stuff in addition to a lot of water. Your trekking poles if you so choose, general camping gear, your ground pad, your sleeping bag. There'll be tents again, or potentially just the tarps to sleep on if weather conditions allow. You'll need your spoon, your pot, or I'm sorry, your mug and your bowl here. We'll still be group camping, so we'll be cooking all the meals, but the difference is the students are now responsible for all the meals, so you guys get to do all the cooking and plan all the meals. Footwear, it's nice to have something to wear around the camp at night, so something like some chacos, some flip-flops, some lightweight tennis shoes, and then for the hike during the day, some good sturdy either hiking shoes or probably really hiking boots, depending upon what you're used to hiking in and what kind of load you're carrying. Clothing, you'll see there's really not much difference. You want to be prepared for some cold, some elements if it comes, have some base layers, have some stuff that you can take down if you're feeling if it's hot. So you know, for this section you can have some t-shirts. It's nice to have some earth colored tones because it heats up a little bit less. Black can get pretty hot, and then sun protection is key. One part of this section of the trip that you may not be aware of, and I'll go ahead and let you know now, is that Canyonlands is a pack in and pack out place. So everything you take in has to come back out. That includes trash and anything that doesn't evaporate, and unfortunately human stool does not evaporate. And that means that large trash bags will be taken in, and you will be accountable for carrying out anything that comes out of you except urine. So we'll go over that more in detail later. I hope this has been a helpful primer or introduction to some of the stuff you'll need to carry. Make sure you review everything in the gear list.